Right, hi guys, welcome to another video. So as you can see from the thumbnail, this is going to be a video comparing my first ever January, which was last year, February, sorry, February. First ever February to my second ever February, which has just gone now. We're in the middle of March when I'm filming this. So I'm going to tell you how much I made at the end of the video. And if you haven't already done so, I'm going to link my 1st December, 2nd December, 1st January, 2nd January. Those two videos will be linked below. Now, why am I doing these videos? Now, I'm going to stop here, by the way. I'm not going to continue on every month. I just wanted to do the winter months because as a gardener, as a new gardener or someone who hasn't started yet, they are clearly, it's clearly a worry what you're going to make through the winter. So this channel has kind of has basically seen us through my journey. I've filmed and documented everything, and I think it's important. It's all well and good just telling everyone, when things are going well, or it's easy as well. I don't do this, but I don't know. It's easy to make yourself look brilliant and make yourself look like you know what you're doing. And I feel like I'm there now, but when I first started, I was everything's, especially pricing's guesswork, and maybe you're not 100% sure on every job, and I put it all out there. So I'm not, this isn't a channel to make on, as though I'm some brilliant gardener. I like to think I'm all right, but now you learn as you go, and it's basically an honest look at how I run a garden business, basically. So I've from the start of last spring, I've basically I created a winter fund, and every month I would put in, because last winter, which was my first winter, I didn't make much money at all. So anyone who thinks these videos might be in any way bragging, go back and watch them and see how much I'd made over the winter. It's now to brag about. This month is a little bit different. I'm really pleased with February's pay, but certainly, if you do go and watch those other videos, it's not bragging. So this season, this February has been very mild, so I think that's contributed a little bit. And obviously, I'm more established. I'm going into my third year now. As I say, just had my second winter, so I've been getting more calls. And this December and January, I made enough to, I wouldn't say to get by, because I did have to dip into my winter fund. So as I say, I put away for my winter fund same amount every month and build up a bit of a pot, just to obviously see us through in the worst case scenario that I got no jobs whatsoever. That was what I was planning for. I was planning for the absolute worst, and I would recommend anyone do the same. And then when jobs do come along, it's almost kind of bonus money, if you like, because you've got your pot there that'll see you through, and then anything else on top is a bonus. That's how I was looking at it, and I think that's probably, if you can do that, it's probably the healthy way to look at it. So you're not just kind of really worrying and proper hustling to get work. That you probably should be, and that's what I was doing. Don't get us wrong, but it wasn't like, it wasn't as if if I didn't get anything, I didn't have any money, because throughout the year, through the good months from March all the way through the end of November, that's really the best months for a gardener, and I could afford to put a bit away. Obviously, February I wasn't doing any grass cuts, so the majority of the work was hedge work and probably more so garden tidies, overgrown stuff. Some crappy jobs, like border work and that. But you take on that kind of work, especially through the winter. I tend not to take on border work, new border work during the spring and summer months, because I'm just so busy with the grass and hedge maintenance and things like that. And I don't particularly like border work. You're on your hands and knees quite often when it's wet sometimes, and they're not pleasant jobs. So if I have to do them for a regular for regular existing customers I will. I try not to take new stuff on that involves borders. But yes, that was the majority of my work in February. Now, how much did I make last February? A big fat zero, and that's not what's that sign? That's like the good sign. I can't remember what you call it. That's meant to be a zero. So yeah, zero last February, my first ever February. Hence why I started the winter fund and put as much into it as I could, because this February could quite easily have been the same. I didn't know. You know, you can't predict the future, can you? Again, I was advertising stuff last year. Go back and see what I made for December and January. I did make a little bit, but the winter was poor, very poor last year. My first one, as I keep saying, repeating myself. So what did I make this February? And this is all probably what you skipped to. Skip forward, you probably haven't watched the rest of the video. So this was good. This is before costs taken off. So this is not too many costs, really. You've got obviously your standard, your monthly ones, and then costs directly linked to the job itself, in terms of fuel and things. And you know, I'm not going to get into all that. We all know what the costs are. So this February was really good. I was completely surprised, over the moon, and if I get the same again next year, I'll be really happy. Again, this is not bragging. Go back and watch the other ones where I haven't made much. So this February was 1,425, so absolutely buzzing. As I say, a few costs to take off that, but it meant I didn't have to dip into my winter fund nowhere near as much, and that can be reinvested back into the business or used to pay off you know, tax and all that kind of thing. It's all in the pot, so really pleased with that. And now you've heard the amount, you'll all be clicking off. You'll not be bothered about the rest of the video, so I'm going to end it there. Links will be below for the December and January's, so feel free to check them out, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, guys. All right, thanks a lot. See you in the next one.